Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you look at this video. I hope your day's going well, and I hope your days have been very productive in the last couple of weeks as we get ready for finals coming up here very shortly. A couple things I need to get into the notes today. Let me just talk about those quickly for reminders, make sure that you're aware of that. First of all, days that have been excused absences. I know that I've been hearing a lot of this pertaining to students coming back to school, identifying that they've been gone with an excused absence, and they're expecting 2 days to make things up. Let me just remind you, in the handbook on pages 21, it does say in the second paragraph, students with an excused absence will be granted 2 days make-up time for each day of absence. Now, if you have other items stated in your class policies, I would support your class policies in these situations. If the student has done his work beforehand and he has been told what was expected before he left, well, then I think he needs to go off of what your dialogue has been with him. Don't let them get into the debate. But I do want you to be aware of, on page 21, it does say in the handbook that each day missed, excused, the student has 2 days to make up. But don't let them play the game with you either. I'm going to support you 100% if students seem to be playing a game with you. Final exams are coming. Final exams are on the 22nd and 23rd. The 22nd and 23rd, we have on the 22nd, that being a Thursday, we are on even hours, and then on Friday, the 23rd, the odd hours will be offered. If students need to make things up and they need to take care of business, make sure that they dialogue with you way ahead of time so that we're not waiting to the last minute or from the post aspect of these items. So work with them, communicate with your students, make sure that they're well aware of what's going on next week. Once finals have been taken care of, let me just review the days in which the parent portal, the student portal, are going to be closed down. First of all, grades due Wednesday the 28th. Again, grades will be due on Wednesday the 28th. By the end of the day, I'm going to give you that amount of time so that you can get everything taken care of, but hopefully that'll be plenty of time to get everything done. By the end of the day on the 28th. Also, the grading window will be open January 21st. The student parent portal will be closed on the 21st. So the window for taking care of your grades will be open on the 21st, and for parent portal and student portal, it will be closed on the 21st. So if you can talk about that and let your students be aware of that, that would be very beneficial as well. As we're getting into grading, just a reminder that we had talked about this last year, that an NG grade should be given to those students if they're receiving an F and they have missed 15 to 20 days this semester, and you have not been able to get a hold of them, they haven't been in class, and they are clearly an F. Instead of penalizing ourselves, that student should be given a no credit grade, an NG, no grade, because of the fact that they have missed at 15 days in a quarter. We're talking 1/3 of the class period. So 15 to 20, you play it by ear within that. That should be an NG, not an F. As we also take a look at the grades being finished and moving into the next semester, on the 26th, Monday the 26th, we will start off with homeroom in the morning. We will take 10 minutes to get the schedules handed out to all of our students. Make sure that you pick up those schedules. Those will be in your boxes placed in there by Miss Weldon on Friday so that you have them on Monday. That way then we can get the students their schedules for the second semester, start off with homeroom. We'll take the first 5-10 minutes out of first hour and keep the rest of the day as the same. Also, a reminder that as we start the second semester and into the third quarter, we have been doing informal evaluations, observations of classes And what we're going to be doing now in the third quarter is that the administrative team, the principal's team, will be now working on formal observations. With formal observations, we will have a complete hour of an observation and with a follow-up of a post-observation. Now, this also plays into the idea of why we need to have your websites up to speed. We need to have your lesson plans there. We need to have all the information that we can look at, because that's the information that we'd be talking about in a pre-observation. That will play a part in everything, so make sure that your lesson planning, your website, your home page is all up to speed, all up to date, and we can utilize it as a pre-observation, take care of the observation, and then we will then schedule a meeting to have the post-observation. That will start in the third quarter, so be aware of that. We will be giving you information when we will be coming into classes, approximate times, as we've been doing with the informal observation. This last item is very important. We've talked about this at the beginning of the year. We've talked about it in meetings throughout the first semester. We've also talked about this in 30 hours, talking about the importance of communicating with parents. Make sure that you are communicating with parents of the students in your classes. Make sure that you're contacting them, let it be with a telephone call or an email. But I will say this, speaking with them on the phone is a lot better than speaking through an email. We don't speak well through an email. I would strongly encourage you to make sure that if you're going to communicate with parents, not if, but when you communicate with parents, maybe let them know when you'll be calling through an email, and then follow up with the phone call so that you can explain situations that are happening with their son or daughter. But right now, one of the biggest frustrations that the principal's team has had is that we're getting comments from parents that teachers are not responding to emails, nor are they responding to phone calls. This can't happen, ladies and gentlemen. It just cannot happen. We need to be able to work with our parents so that we can move our students forward together with their parents, so that it's not a combating situation, but it's a moving forward. So make sure, as we're moving into the last week of our first semester of 2014-15, make sure that you have done what you have to do, the due diligence in communicating with the parents, communicating with everyone that needs to be communicated with, and as we continue to follow up, moving down the road and being successful with their students. So thank you. I appreciate it. I hope this has been helpful in getting information out to you. If you have any questions, please get back to me. Also, make sure that you are typing into the website so that if you have questions, I can follow up with that, and also to make sure that you have watched the video. So, accountability. We all have to be accountable. Thank you. Have a great day. We'll talk later. Bye now.